Greetings and blessed day to you once again, people of God. It's the Revelator once again. Just a brief recap of what we covered last time in the previous seasons and series. In the sexual demons, some few weeks back, we covered the clit wrapping demon and the masturbation slave, which was in season 5 altogether, and we continued moving into another season and another series, which is under the territorial demons, where we covered the underworld demon and the demon soul. Today we want to enter into yet another dimension in the spirit and another series and season, which is also now on season 5, and we want to talk about the pandemic demonic spirit. We want to talk about the pandemic demonic spirit. In the pandemic demonic spirit, we want to talk about the fourth beast and the plagues. The fourth beast and the plagues. So I need your attention, I need your ears and your understanding, so that you understand this presentation. Let's get into scriptures. In Revelations, in the book of Revelations, chapter 6, verse 1, and it reads, and when I saw the Lamb that opened one of the seals, I heard as it were the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying. Now, before we go any further, the scripture is already giving you an insight so that you understand that this was one of the four beasts. And the beast that we are particularly concentrating on or putting our spiritual focus on is the fourth beast. But before we get to the fourth beast, let's focus on the first beast. It means I'll be taking you back where we are coming from in the spirit realm and in the past events. These four beasts are written inside the book of life, which was only worthy to be opened by the Son of Man, proclaimed by a loud voice from a mighty angel. And in Revelation chapter 6 verse 2, the scripture says, and I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow and a crown, and it was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. This Revelation chapter 6 verse 2 is giving you a dispensation in which the Church of Jesus Christ was given time to conquer. And there is indeed a time when the church was given time to reign by Christ, to reign above the systems of this world. And whenever we are talking about the beast, we are not talking about a fierce animal or a creature. No, we are talking about an era, a systematic era that controls the world, something that governs like a constitution. That is the beast. An era that comes with an era inside of it. And in Revelation chapter 6 verse 2, the white horse is representing a dispensation that has already passed, in which the church, even in the time of Israel, when the church was allowed to choose its own leader, during the dispensation when even the prophets would anoint kings, this is no longer the dispensation which we are in, for we are heading in the last days and in the last hours, and the evolution of evil continues to rear its ugly face. And in Revelation chapter 6 verse 3, it reads, and when he opened the second seal, I heard the second beast, this is now the second beast, saying, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword, This was another dispensation in this world of world wars, which still continue, in which the second beast still influences even up to now. But this was an era that was also presented by the second beast, which is a systematic reign of evil that continues, in which even Jesus talks about nations that are going to fight against nations in the last hour. So the fiery red horse is representing a dimension of conflicts in the spirit in this world, where people get to kill one another, nations get to destroy one another just for the sake of greed, power, and money, for the sake of ruling this world. And in Revelation chapter 6 verse 5, it says, and when he opened the third seal, and the third beast said, come and see. And behold, lo, and a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. We've entered into a generation, a dispensation of capitalists, a world that is controlled by greed, money, and power, a world that has to define you through how much money you have in your bank account. Everything that is in this world is being controlled by the powerful, rich society. That is exactly what those pair of balances mean there, which are written representing the third seal. And it is talking about a measure of wheat for a penny and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And it gives a condition saying, see thou not hate the oil and the wine in the process of this dispensation. Then we enter into Revelation chapter 6 verse 7, which is the focus of today's presentation. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. This is the last dispensation, and the last dispensation that we have entered is represented by the fourth beast. And the fourth beast is coming with the plagues, a diversity or many diversities of plagues, dimensions of plagues that give birth to death, a multiple number of death that will come in different types of plagues. I remember presenting about the 7 plagues that are also in the book of Revelations 15, how they will come one after the other. So the fourth beast is here to wipe, but it's going to wipe in different plagues. And I want to talk about the pandemic demonic spirit. I want to talk about the pandemic demonic spirit. I'm not talking about just one pandemic. I'm talking about the plagues, quite a number of plagues that will manifest inside one pandemic. Meaning that as it is right now, we have the pandemic of this COVID-19. There shall arise many other plagues which are not only COVID, which are going to be given different names, but their mission is according to the fourth seal and the fourth beast. Their mission is to kill and deliver people to death, and death will be followed by hell. And the scripture says, power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with the hunger, and with the death, and with the beasts of the earth. And when it's talking about the beasts of the earth, it's not talking about the creatures of the earth. It's talking about the diversities of plagues that are yet to come. And to kill different people on the 4 corners of the earth, it's quite a number of plagues that are going to come even after this COVID, that are going to come and kill using many different fashions of assassinations. in the spirit, many different fashions of killing methods, and all those are going to come loaded inside one pandemic. And that pandemic demonic spirit is going to unleash many versions, many patterns of different death dimensions in the spirit. Let's go to Revelations chapter 13 verse 1 and understand more about this beast, which is the fourth beast, which is represented by the last dispensation of the pandemic demonic spirit. And in Revelation chapter 13 verse 1 it reads, "And I stood upon the sand of the seashore and saw a beast rise up out of the sea." Whenever you read the part which is talking about the beast that is rising out of the sea, it's talking about a beast that is rising from the multitudes of many nations, the multitudes of many numbers, different races, tribes all together. And it was having 7 heads and 10 horns. It's talking about the authorities and the dominion and the representatives, the kings, the presidents. And upon his horns, the 10 crowns, is talking about the 10 continents that are going to be united. There is a time, like I said earlier, that even Africa is going to become one united continent, which all these small states are going to all gather together and become one powerful continent, and many other superpowers. And upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy, meaning that whatever this system which is being designed in spirit is going to be a blasphemous system, which is being given birth to by the fourth beast, which is accompanied by the pandemic demonic spirit. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, which I defined earlier, that the leopard, as fast as it is talking about a fast system, a digital technological system, an efficient system. And his feet was as the feet of the bear. You know how strong the feet of a bear is. It's talking about how intact the system is, how that system cannot be moved. And his mouth is the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and the great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and the deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. The beast, as I said earlier, is not a creature but a system that all people are going to follow. If there is going to be any virus that is unleashed, there is also going to be a healing that is also released or unveiled by the same beast. And it's not going to be a permanent healing, it's going to be a temporary healing before another plague inside that pandemic demonic spirit is unleashed by this principality demonic spirit. So as much as these plagues are going to come one after the other, they are going to be coming in different diversities in the spirit. And I hope someone is understanding what I'm saying. And the scripture that then says, "And I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death, and the deadly wound was healed in the process, and the world then followed afterwards." It's talking about how this whole world will marvel for the world beast and the system and everything in it, the systems that it will produce. And they will follow the beast to get not only the solutions that are temporary, but the same beast inflicting wounds on the same humanity is the same beast that will heal with a temporary solution afterwards. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. Automatically, when you worship this system, you are worshipping the dragon, and the dragon is Lucifer, the devil, the serpent. And they worshipped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him. This is why you see that this pandemic cannot be challenged. This pandemic cannot be challenged. They are going to continue releasing another wave and another wave, from one wave to the other. We did the first wave, we did the second wave, we did the third wave. Now we are in the fourth wave, which is being represented by the fourth beast. And this fourth beast, which is representing the fourth wave, is a wave that is there to wipe out humanity, that is there to kill, and is killing in a scientific death pattern, meaning that the scientist has been given the authority to spearhead the massacres that are going to be unleashed in the year 2022. Already, as we are speaking, many death patterns have already started across the world. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and the power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written inside the book of life of the Lamb that was slain from the foundation of the world. Meaning that even those that are going to worship this fourth beast, which is associated with the pandemic demonic spirit, they are not all of them, but those whose names are not written inside the book of life. Then in Revelation chapter 15 verse 6, and the seven angels came out of the temple having the seven plagues. We talked about the seven plagues which are inside the fourth beast. So we are in this season of 7 different plagues inside the fourth beast, which is ushered by the pandemic demonic spirit. And one of the 4 beasts gave unto the 7 angels 7 golden vials full of the wrath of God, who liveth forever and ever. And the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of God and from his power, and no man was able to enter into the temple till the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were fulfilled. This is why the temple is closed right now. We're not talking about the church of Jesus Christ, we're talking about the temple. The temple is shut down until all these plagues will be completely finished. And what gave the 7 angels the authority which have been unleashed? It is the power of the fourth beast which has unleashed the 7 plagues, which I described here, that we are all inside the procession, the season of these 7 plagues, which is the fourth beast, ushered by the pandemic demonic spirit, is unleashed upon humanity. So we are going to be entering a season whereby we are going to experience another death pattern. But all this that is happening in the spirit and manifesting in the physical, as we watch humanity being wiped out, is just a sign that is confirming and alerting with the red button the coming of Christ. These are some of the events which should signal the coming of Jesus Christ in the last hour. So people of God, I hope someone is understood about the pandemic demonic spirit, the one that is associated with the 7 plagues, the one that is shut down the temple of God, the one that was unleashed as the fourth horse from the book of life, the pandemic demonic spirit. How He has come to conquer the world before Christ descends from heaven, seated on the right hand side of the Father. Until next time, have a great blessed day.